use copyright. Fair use copyright. What's up, fam? Sitting here listening to the pastor. Fair use. Y'all welcome to hear the pastor too. It's a good word. You can hear that word. Nervous with them bullshit tactics they be running. And you go right there. Get that West Herb. Get that word in you. That's what's wrong. Highway. Get me going on a daily. I love it. I can't live without it. I wake up. Right. Put my music on. I gotta hear some form of gospel music or some Hebrew Israelite music. It's a principle. It's a law. Seek ye first the kingdom of Elohim and his righteousness. Seek first the kingdom of Elohim. Check this Hezekiah out. I don't want to hear nothing about what the world doing because black people have been warning everybody, even black people. Look, let's get it together. We're God's people. God expects us to rule and have dominion so we can take care of kingdom business. But for some reason, don't nobody believe we as a people can carry our own cross. Until they see you, until you start, they see the multiplication. Successful you are. The moment you begin your endeavor, you've already tapped into success. Fair use copyright, fair use copyright. The moment you take flight, you begin. You've already entered a level of success. Now, the thing is, multiplying it. Now we got to multiply that thing. Be fruitful and multiply. You're gonna be fruitful. But how do you multiply? That's where the problem gonna come. Because everybody gonna feel the need to try to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. Work hard. Work for what I'm lying. I'm lying on black men. I don't know nobody. Every time I talk to somebody, well, I think black men don't want to work. Make it make sense. Y'all don't even sound right. Y'all sound like y'all emotionally damaged. That shit out your head. Black man work. I work every fucking day. I wait on phone calls to come and serve people daily. Y'all don't support black men. Try that hard. I know black men who sit around the house. But black men then have to realize what you studying and reading, at some point it has to come alive. I can't just be reading the word and talking about we God's people and don't get nothing out of it. Come on, what we doing here? A level of, you got, there's integrity and truth. There's truth and then there's integrity in this word, in this way of life. Ain't nobody coming on here just to be reading and talking for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their questions. They question, a lot of questions, but no answers. The answer's right there in the book already. And the black man want to work, he gonna work his own business. Y'all know we woke now. Y'all know we the Hebrews. So that means you gotta take hold of your covenant. You You know what God told you to do. He told you to rule and have dominion. He didn't tell you to work for nobody. That's how we provide jobs and security for one another. That's how we come out of talking about what America doing all damn day. Like we don't know how to counterattack. Like we don't have no plan. But then that's where the problem come in because people you got around you, that's all they gonna talk. That's all they gonna do all day. Talk about problems instead of seeing that's an opportunity. Any problem I encounter in my makeup, my life, and what I'm doing, I realize that's an opportunity for success. Ability in you to do that. You have the power to do that. Yes, you do. But if you listen to these people and what they talking about, you can be sidetracked. You gotta just do it, family. They noisy as hell. Tell them noisy like that fuck. I need to go sit down somewhere and shut up. Mr. Tendenism. Man, they running dudes through the ringer, but what people gotta understand is people are people. I was just checking that out too, and I'm like, people are people, then you gotta understand, right? People ain't gonna wanna hear all that. People ain't gonna wanna hear all that. What the hell? Y'all alright? Uh, people are people, so people are gonna do, what they feel is necessary to get them where they're going in life. Then you have our people that's sitting back in the cut, right? And that's your right. You can give your little rebuttal on what you think a person saying or doing. Give your little rebuttal video. But I'm like, as far as Mr. Tenderness, look, they talking shit about him doing business with the other people because the other people are, we've had our experiences. People want to act like it's something new, like that spirit is not here in America, like everybody just get along. Hell no, stop playing. But it's not that we use that as a point of reference for dealing with people. No. But the truth is the truth. Like you got a lot of people who come over here and they finding out now. They finding out the truth of how people over here really do deal with others that are not like them. And a lot of people not liking it. They getting shipped up out of here. And they not liking it, family. Tendenism restaurant coming soon.
This is him showing the location of the new
Okay, they still talking about Mr. Tendenism. See what I'm saying? And I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem with black people even speaking on it because we have a history of people treating us a certain way. It's like a lot of black people. You got a lot of your people even on here. I don't have nothing against you, hustle. Drop ship got what you can get, got a product of value that people want, or it's some AI system or some management system people could add to their business to get a better turnaround, better organized, have a better organized frame business that's organized and moving forward to handle. You got the system in place to handle what you asking God to deliver to you. It's like me. I want God to open the door where I find more favor from the work that I'm doing with my hands. Well, do you have the system in place to facilitate such a capacity, Dwayne? That's right, I do. Yes, I do. Even with the small system I got in place now that I created for myself, it's grown. I see growth. I see more added. Well, what do you mean you see growth? Because more people are dealing with me. Then they're getting better as days go by, and I'm loving it. And plus, I need to get on my clothes. I definitely need to get back focus on that because there's a lot involved in that. I'm surrounded that opportunity. that I want to get invested, really get going. Don't you want to go down there with all that hollering, bro? We don't want to hear all that hollering up here. Don't you want to go down there with them hollering? People on the phone trying to have a phone call. They don't want to hear all that. Okay. Yeah, people don't want to hear all that hollering. They understand. You tweaking little dude. Doing all that hollering for. You alright? You alright? And like I was saying, back to Mr. Tenderness. Black people, I know we mean well, but then again, some of that stuff you just got to let fly. You being the person, you being Mr. Tenderness, you know, because we'll talk that black power shit, but you got a lot of our people that's not even in control of what they doing. I was speaking on drop shipping. What are you drop shipping? Oh, whatever. Okay, well, who's creating it? You talking about black power? We need some black production too. You can't just have a slogan and then everything we do, we allow others to provide it for us. Then we're talking about how others are treating us, and really we're treating ourselves because we're not empowering ourselves. If you ain't owning and controlling your own thing, the borrower becomes a slave to the lender, family. It don't work the other way around. That's how that goes. The borrower becomes a slave to the lender. And if everything you doing, you borrow from somebody, you'll never be up. You're going to be working for them for the rest of your life. And think about it. They get interest off you. Think about all you building for somebody else. Don't worry about what your haters talking about. People gonna say all kind of shit, but that's even when I'm talking about the Bible. People, I'm like, bro, but you don't read the Bible. How you gonna debate somebody about something you don't know? Like, make it make sense. Where we going? Everything has to be a debate. And like I was saying, the same people that's talking about that's questioning if he owned the company or not, half them ain't gonna do no fucking business with you. They gonna critique you. It seemed like it's something to talk about. If you was interested in Mr. Tenderism, why don't we put together a group investment? Why don't we have a group investment foundation where people with businesses can come and get the things they need to, move their business forward? That's too much like, right? Oh, we can't do that. That's the first thing a black person will tell you when you bring something of value, want to bring something of value to the table for. Well, what are you doing towards it? Every day I'm working for my people. The fuck? Every day I'm trying to locate places where I can do, and I'm locating places where I can do business with just my people. Every day, the things that I get of value, I let my people know first. If there's value to be got, and when I'm serving y'all, I have a business too. These hands are gifted. I fix cars. My people rely on me to fix their automobiles. That's their investment, and they trust me with it, and I appreciate that. What up, though? Peace and blessings. Welcome to the site. Welcome to the Sizite. We all about getting it done over here, getting money. You dig? We all about getting to the money. I don't want to hear all that other stuff. Let's get to the bread. I should throw on me something. I'm not throwing something workish. Throw on something workish because I might get a call. You never know, you get a call, you gotta be on piss on it. Be on piss on it. Like I said, I work on automobiles. It's like with Mr. Tenderness. People would talk stuff, and they don't even be supporting. We don't even support one another. We don't search each other out. Like we run to these other places every damn day, talking about black holidays and all this shit, Black Fridays and all this shit. We run into these places. Oh, we can get this for cheaper. Okay, have you searched for some black people there probably? Well, I don't like doing business with black people, but you like doing business with those who making money 4, 5 times off your ass, what they paid for it. Like, make this shit make sense. We got every excuse to deal with everybody else but our own selves. Come to reality that we need to do business and trust one another. Even though you might not have DTF prints, you got prints. Okay, I like designer shirts. I'm gonna buy some of your prints. If you don't like what I got there, let them know. Okay, I want you to make me some woo-woo type designs. This is what I'm into. Just to do business with your people that will enrich them. You'll know if they ass on business or they just trying to use people. I had to get that out of my mind. I'm like, damn, should I do a cash? What's that group funded thing? Should I run one of them? And then you think, you want to have a pure heart when you're doing things and a clear conscience. You don't want to do nothing trying to fuck over people. You got to keep it a buck. You might need help. You might not be able to go through no damn bank. So ain't nothing wrong with utilizing alternative means to get things done. Long as it's done with the right intention. So instead of talking about Mr. Tenderism, if your intention is to ensure Mr. Tenderism is winning, why don't you send Mr. Tenderism a letter or email and let him know, look, whatever you're doing, you want to do your own, I'll support you. Start in your house. Go from your basement. Get you a driver. Start at your house. You have backyard gatherings. You got another brother who did that. Oxtails Les. Les started where? In his backyard. Then he went up the ladder, controlling everything. He's still out there. You see him going to pick up the food. You see him creating other, Les creating everything off oxtail, meat. And he winning, and it's his. But Mr. Tenderism, my point is, I know through personal experience, people will talk shit all day, but they ain't coming to you. We beelining straight to everybody else to do business with them. Oh, I can get a deal. It ain't about the deal. It's about the principle. If we want to have black power, we got to own and support the move of black power on a consistent, a daily and consistent basis. I can't get mad because, I'm used to a certain convenience that others push through. Now I'm dealing with my people where you got to build them up where they can reach that level. And like I was saying, you will know if people bullshitting you because you're going to watch them. You're going to make sure this is what they truly doing. If they're there, if they really about it, people going to watch. People nosy as hell. It's like they look for something to get into. Mind your own shit. Now, if you're getting into it to promote, that's cool. Oh, I know this person that do, they do auto mechanics and they into retail. Right now, they selling products like printed designer shirts and things. That's what I do. So if anybody ever asks you what Dwayne does, you know. Who is Dwayne? 54-year-old Hebrew king. You did? A straight king. Like my father. We his children, we can't be nothing else. You can't be nothing less than what the father is. And when he came in, he came as a king. He had that power, but he didn't flex on regular people like that. He did miracles, signs, and wonders, but he did it in a sense where he showed his people that they could do it too. That's why he came to reestablish kingdom power. That's why I say we own our own businesses, operate as, from that level. Maybe we looking too low. Looking at jobs and things like this. People going through jobs every time you look up. Okay, let's put a system together that can facilitate that for us. Well, we won't have to depend on no outside sources. That's too much like fucking right if you ask people. And that's not gonna fly not doing that. We got our children It's not gonna fly now. We ain't gonna be able to afford to do that. And the time is now. It's too much uncertainty, especially around. I don't care if you got investments. Your investments ain't secure because the nations are de-dollarized. You know what that means? That means they cutting the money out, investing in this nation. So whatever going on, that means it's not gonna be secure. You know how the money system operates. Ain't no damn money. People come and take out a debt and put that money in circulation. That's what creates revenue. Ain't no value to it until you get it and put it out there and put motion behind it so it can create value. It may be in something you take the debt and buy, but look how they running the system with debt. This debt system. It's jacked up, family. They borrowing off ass, first of all. Then you gotta look at who owns this. You know what I'm saying? Who owns this debt? Is it America? It might not be America, fam. To be honest. It may be Japan. Okay. What kind of security does that? I'm looking at the debt system, the banks, and all this. I'm looking at that like, are you fucking serious? You got another system, don't matter. You got the systems owning 75 to 90% of debt of America's debt, 75 to 90 some percent of America's debt. And then you got a small contingent of probably a nation or two outside of America. But the majority of the national debt is owned by systems right here. I'm like, so what they doing? Playing Monopoly with the fucking money? It's like fractional banking tells you. Put the money in, then they're gonna put it out there in circulation to invest. You to come up. You're the credit. You and what you bring. You bring motion. The moment you sign the contract, something is delivered. The moment you sign the contract, you put the ball in place. Ain't no money. You are the currency. Think about it. America, even with, look at what our people that's doing the reparations out front for the reparations. Think about it. If America gave these people reparations, and then that comes, America knows that comes with a greater level of freedom as a person to make choices. You got the money to make the choices, to get invested in what you see as creating generational wealth, or whatever you choose to get invested into. However you choose to get invested, you have the power to. But by them denying, you don't have to stay stuck there though. You create your own system based off God's word. That's what God's word starts to make sense. What the world telling you can't do, God already put it in you to be able to do it. Well, how you know that's true? Because when the world told me I can't do A, B, C, I couldn't do A, B, C, or D, I went in the house, I sat back and thought about how I can do it. And what gave me that encouragement? Reading the Bible. I can do all remembering things that has been spoken over my life and other times. You pray and believe you can do all things, son. You do what the Bible, you pray back what God said, spoke over you. Remind him of his word, and he's going to release it. That's how I did it and still do it. I get stuck. I know, I got to quit this. Like, people would tell me, you should stop what you're doing. It slows down. It's good, but there's room for growth. And it slows down. People are like, oh, you should just get a job. You crazy. That means I should become more creative in what I'm doing so I can reach more people. But first and foremost, I need to get back, go and talk to the Most High. Because he's the provider. In the sense that he's provided the way for me to do this. I gotta get a loan from them. I have to get the debt from them. Then take it and create. What are they gonna give me? What is the debt? A line of credit. Then I gotta take that credit and turn that credit to an asset. Turn that to kiss ass, casholina. Turn that to casholina, you did? Which I'm dead on. I ain't never had no problem doing that. I got a problem with the system. You know what I'm saying? You got American citizens here. All this shit asking us dumbass questions. Why should we give you the money? Because I'm gonna put the money in my business and make that motherfucker pop. That's why you should give it to me. So I can employ my children along the way. So they can create job security, business security, future generational flow. Not just for them, but for their children and their children's children. That's why the hell you should give it to us. All the motherfucking questions, you the problem. So therefore, what do you do when you have a problem? You cut that shit off. You find other means. That's why the hood always had a highway to get to things and get things going. They talk that shit, but we have to use whatever means. They ass should be embarrassed. It's like they plot on your down. They pray for your downfall. Oh no, don't help them. They don't need no what's that shit what they tell us? A leg up. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That shit. Like, nigga, y'all never expect us to even pull ourselves up. Y'all ain't even want to have the motherfucking boots. They get jealous for that over that. Like, people got something to say about every motherfucking thing. That's why I don't listen to their asses. And I tell the youth, and a lot of people might get mad, like, why you telling them this and that? No, I'm going to tell the youth the truth to prepare themselves. Because even some of their own, and just because because you the elder don't mean you the leader. Because some of our elders don't think outside the matrix. They think the guys you, like Martin Luther King said, I feel out and sent my people into a burning house. You damn right, America is burning down from judgment because she chooses to be wicked. People got wickedness in their heart. America got a fucking sin problem. That's her problem. And she don't want to face it. She thinks she the greatest shit on earth. Like she can make herself great. Like you wicked as hell. This nation wicked as fuck. And every time we get up and do business to sustain this motherfucker, we giving the energy. Then we sitting back fussing all day talking about what it's doing or not doing. Cut their ass the fuck off. That's the problem. Cut them off. And start whining. The hood still is good. People still find ways to come up and get things done. You don't need them. You need to cut their ass off. That's about it. Cut their ass off. And back to like I was saying, they know if they gave that reparations spiritually, you know the spiritual implications behind that, what that would do to a people that's been locked out for so long and given this image and likeness of being free. Man, having economic freedom gives you the ability to make choices, family, and that raises your frequency. That builds your spirit, man. That makes you strong, gives you confidence. A lot of people, like I said, America has a fucking sin problem because we're rebellious. Sin is rebellion to God's law. And every day we challenge that, talking about the law and show you how to fulfill it. And with turn, you get to experience and build things that's in you for the greater, for which the purpose God sent you here. The reason why God sent you here, He sent you here to rule. So everything I think and the way that I think, I have to think like a king, like a ruler. It's not that I think I'm better than somebody or think somebody lesser than me. I know I am somebody. What you balling your nose up for? You hear some good information and mad because it ain't coming from you. He getting all that attention. Or you smell that good ganja. You smell the good ganja, woman? The ganja woman. She smelling that hoo-hoo. You'll be all right. But people didn't awaken, and a lot of people taking a chance. That's what I do. I've been taking a chance. That's why I come on here and talk. All that talking about what you can and can't do, it's in your mind. It's not white people can't stop. Ain't no white people outside my motherfucking door shooting us. So all that shit about what white people doing, we need to stop selling that. You ain't gotta sell that shit because you can bypass white people. We argue with each other every day talking about what we doing ain't viable, or we're arguing the affirmative, the us who do it and know we've been blessed to do something that the average person can't motherfucking do. If it's something I can do and we can capitalize off it, you should support it. You know, like stop playing. That's a no-brainer. You would think. Let me go in here so I can have some motherfucking peace and quiet. I don't want to interrupt you. Hold on. Then I'll be acting like a hooligan. Going to the washroom, trying to get my ass in this water. I got to go grab some shirts. I got some shirts that's due tomorrow. And I hope you promote me. You go there remote. I hope you promote me. And even if you don't, I'm promoting my motherfucking self. I believe in me and what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing works. It's for the better. And it's going to create generational wealth, not just for me, for my children and those who plug in. Like say, yeah, that creates, if they cut that check, all this, a lot of people talking about, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, life is family. That's going to boost your spirit. Not that you need them to do anything. Because if I put a play together and I go out there and start moving towards it, that's going to build momentum. And, you know, as I'm going through, that's going to raise that spiritual, you know, sense of stability. That's going to raise that sense of stability. You're going to be seeing it in real time. And they know that. That's why they're not going to give you that. But that you stay entangled, asking them. You steady giving them your power. You got to come off that. Hell no, that's between you and God. Don't know. Can't let them nobody control it. Nobody give the power. God, you gave all. You a sheep, majority doing it. They don't know no better. Tell them I said they don't know no better. Wayne Reed. Need you some shirts made. You don't want no special shirts. You can send a message or certain words you want to inspire the children to look towards something. Wear it. You'll be a motivation to them. I want a St. Patrick's Day shirt. You want a St. Patrick's Day shirt? Who is St. Patrick? What does St. Patrick do with black people? Or white people for that matter? Who is St. Patrick? Huh? What color shirt you want? What color work? I don't know what color that nigga is. I just seen a little black man leprechaun. I stopped the nigga's ass because I thought about Shamrock. You want one of those black Shamrock men? Yeah. You fly. Boys fly. I stopped the niggas. I stopped the niggas. Little white men. So they got some little white niggas like, I'm making little characters for the kids. I ain't got no kids, so I can use the pictures of them pretty paid. Yeah, they had a nice picture. I stopped to use him last year. Look like I thought I got set on shit. Found out we was going like we was little Negro. Little Negro. They got some children parts on carousel. They bring them children shit. Yeah, dumb. Walk with me. That's them dudes that was running the streets. doing all this and that. I don't get into all that. And I be wondering, why do people bring that past, they pass up? Why do they talk about that? Don't y'all know people gonna bring that right back out on you? I ain't saying go hide who you are. You are who you are. Most I know who he chose. He know his people. His people have been through hell and back. And we still standing at the testament to let you know who that. Y'all need to get on board with this movement. We're moving these clothes. Promote, promote, promote. I'm moving clothes. That's the agenda. You have to build something that's you can get your people active into now. Generation X. And yeah, I took that fall from grace early. Because a lot of us was real active out here. We were very active out here. But now active in a different way. The right way, you know? I always said I was going to use it. Something just came to my head. I remember I was at work. It's this saying we used to say to signify that you're doing things the right way. You know, you got a lot of pretenders out here. A lot of people coming out here saying that they this and that. They ain't getting it from the mud family. And ain't nothing wrong with trying to get to the money, but don't lie to the people. If you say you can do something, you be able to stand and deliver. You damn well, very well would better believe. And you could put me to the test. My number 773-451-6080. 773-451-6080. I'm normally servicing automobiles, and I'm damn great at what I do. That's what I do 24/7, 365. Or I'm selling these. I like to create. I create my own graphic designs. I can create graphic design. We own business. Our phone go off. That means people ain't consistent. I don't know why they ain't consistent. People spend differently. But once, like this sister I serviced one of my homie's daughter's cars. He called me. I went and met her. She was like, shit, now you gonna be my mechanic. I'm like, okay, that's what's happening. She trusts what I do, and the numbers is good. I eat, but I ain't trying to pay no motherfucking mortgage off no break job. A lot of people gonna learn Wayne is reasonable and is giving you a better return. I can compete against. I done built shops from scratch, just to the youth. You got a particular specialty education, right? You take that education and use it and sell it on a daily basis. It's somebody that needs to learn because that's the way God designed you to move by instruction. And you can attain more by following instruction. You got your four, you ready? Gotta get the phone magnified. We're gonna magnify this word. We're gonna magnify and glorify his name. Yeah. The Bible is your instruction right now. The Bible is not no religious book. It's the instruction from your Elohim. Joshua. What's the next chapter? These words so little. Joshua 1 and 8. Joshua have to do the Roman. What's the next chapter? Okay. Bam. Joshua 1, 8 and 9. We're in the historical books. Put some light on it too. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. So that means that's something we should be studying, researching the words there. What does law mean in the Hebrew? What does that mean? Get you a pen and pad. Write them words down so you can understand the instruction. Law is instruction. This book of the instructions of who? Yahuwah shall not depart from your mouth. Speak his word. Didn't Christ say, speak his word? Be like him. Put on the mind of the Messiah, meaning to put on the mind of the. Here's the word of the Father come in the flesh. But you shall meditate in it day and night, that you may observe to do according to all that is written in it. That you may observe to do according to all that is written in it. This book of the law, this book of the law is Torah. Torah means instruction in Hebrew, that you may observe to do according to all that is written in it. That's why you hear millions of Negroes around the world, America, Europe, Africa, Asia, wherever, and going to these nations, and they're speaking the word. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. So I had it backwards. I've been saying success and prosperous. And then, for then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. That's why I'm at with it. That's why I study the word. That's why I'm sold out to the Most High, so I can lock in and get it right, because there's something for this. There is equity in the word. This ain't nothing these ain't just feel good, lessons. This word is alive and it's true. Verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Why? Because he's a spirit. And what did he tell you in the beginning? The Father, you, in his image and likeness, right? Genesis 1:26. Elohim said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. Verse 27. So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him. Male and female created he them. Peace, gods. We know who we are. And it's not that we're saying something that's blasphemous towards the Most High. No, this is his word. When his children, they know his voice. Another they will not hear. You better believe the Messiah. Then Elohim blessed him. So we understand that the Father is the Spirit. And in the beginning, he created us in his image and likeness. His image, he's spirit, he's creator. He's the ruler, the ultimate, the king. His word he speaks establishes the law. That law creates the culture of the kingdom. Maybe 4 or 10. Bam. Christ was having that. The Samaritan woman meets her Messiah. Hallelujah. Get straight to it. John chapter 4, verse 20. Yahushua said to her, woman, believe me, the hour is coming when you will neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem worship the Father. Verse 22. You worship what you do not know. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Yahudi. What is our salvation? Yahushua. So Yahushua came from where? What is that verse saying? For salvation is of the Jews. That word derived from the word Judah, a tribe in the southern kingdom, the sons of Jacob. Hallelujah. But Yahuwah's salvation is Yahushua, the Messiah. Come unto me, all that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. He is the rest. Him. This is spiritual law. Supersedes man law. You got to go higher. But the hour is coming. And now is when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. For the Father is seeking such to worship him, not just Hebrews, all. Elohim is a spirit, is spirit. Elohim is spirit. And those who worship him in spirit and truth. Father, what he created in Genesis 1, created in us as a spiritual, as the spiritual being. We are little baby G's, but we don't have all power and authority like the Father. But we have power to create, to rule, and have dominion. You did let them have dominion over the fish of the sea. That's your food. The birds of the air, like all your turkeys and all that stuff you like eating. And over the cattle, there go your meats. Over all the earth and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. The Most High gave you authority to rule. What is this? What do you mean when this is the word of the Most High going forth? This is the children of Israel representing Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Isaiah 58:1. Let me show you what it is. Keep listening. Hold on. Look here. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. Look here. Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice like a trumpet. Tell my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. What is sin? Rebellion. Got a lot of rebellion from the word, and we're listening to humans like they are God and believing in the sense that we believe everything they say. We don't believe Genesis 1 when God told you he created you like him to rule. Then God said, let us make man in our image according to our likeness, according to the spirit that worketh within. We never lost that. We just lost that ability to operate in his spirit according to the power that worketh, that according to your faith. Because some people might not have faith that they can heal themselves. Because some people been taught that the only way to heal is to go to the doctor. I question, what doctor are you going to? I follow the ways of my ancestors. They didn't have no doctor. What did they? I'm one of those who would. I take a chance. I'm a gambler. You know, I'm not a gambler. I don't gamble because we ain't supposed to gamble. But I would take a chance and bet on what God has given. Job 8:8, because he also gave you instructions, so you will know. For inquire, please, of the former age, and consider the things discovered by their fathers. Verse 9, for we were born yesterday and know nothing. Meaning, ask your ancestors, ask your elders, by, considering, and they'll tell you. I was listening to an elder talking about the herbs. Oh, we couldn't go to the hospital. Even how they use spider web to heal torn open skin. Like, are you serious? Like, man, y'all just don't know how powerful people we truly are. And it can only be connected to being the sons of God. Ain't no other playbook that can justify telling you who we are. That's why I stick to the Bible. And it's something to be taken from it, family. That's why people hate you. But then again, that's how you grow. It's not just you're gonna be, trust me, they coming for you. Just like the Messiah, Matthew 4. But you be strong and of a good courage. He told you in Joshua 1, fear them not. The Most High, and I hear a lot of people talking about depression. I'm like, how can you get, how do our people get into a, how do people allow others to push them to a state? I know they don't choose to want to be there. I know they don't choose to be there. But like how? What could have happened? Remember what happened and and come to resolve with it. Accept it. Don't give it, remember it. But I'll be like, I'm not giving nothing power over me. I can't, because if I tap into the mind, into everything that's wicked done happen, I'll be stuck there. I feel like the world is coming to an end. Like, no. I remember what happened. And this, trust me, get back in the deal 3, 4 times, but I don't need to get back. Me not messing with them is to get back. They gonna wish their brother was in their life, doing what we do, and speaking His word and walking in the light of life. While they stuck in darkness, talking about what they president gonna do. This dude can't save himself. He praying don't be no talking about they gonna try everything in their book to impeach him. They gonna that may, and then let they go somewhere else, wherever the world and took them. But I went back to re-examine political about nothing. Okay, you raising tariffs on collecting, duties for doing business. Canada's premier last night, how he's explaining over there that the nations need to prepare themselves militarily to do their own thing. It could be a smokescreen because everything, and I looked at the the video that I was watching was bringing out. We Canada ride, but now Canada knows, and the nations, they ain't fucking with America like that at gunpoint, because they feel like now they done became a target. America just rogue, y'all. Do y'all know that's the image, the projection that's coming from America? So that means a lot of nations ain't gonna trust your ass. And a lot of people's investments gonna be destroyed. Where homeboy talking about who he got coming in and investing, where they building it then? Stop building. Building gonna create jobs. No, if you pull that money, redirect that energy over here into your people that's gifted and talented, and stop trying to look towards the 1 fucking percent. Like they the ones can keep it going. Hell no, that's what you want to believe. Because a lot of us don't even fuck with y'all systems. You don't need it. And people know this. It's other means and ways. You better look at the world scale, because, and now you can't talk about Africa in the negative, because Africa has the money. They got the natural resources to back whatever they're doing. So people should understand the game that's been played on their ass with the debt, and should have woken up by now. He's gonna have to answer my son. That's my young rider. He's like, I just hit 50. I'm doing 50 straight now. Okay. Make me want to jump down and knock these 50 out. I didn't converted mine to using weights, but I'm gonna sure jump down before I jump in the water and hit me 50. 50 straight. Motivating pop. Motivation pop, son. know that little boy wore the dress on there. That ain't cool. That's probably why I stopped watching it. But I'm seeing crazy stuff about the dad on what's that? Steve Oakland, Family Matters. His ass got a dress on. I'm like, oh, come on, bro. Jaleel White, what the hell are you doing? I remember that they was trying to get him in the dress or some shit. It was a fuss about. He ain't want to do the shit, but that's what I'm talking about. We got another people doing that's running shit. We got to. That's why we got to own and control, because we have a different type spirit. We ain't doing all that. We're gonna teach men to be men and women to be women the way God created. That's how you walk in your power. All that other stuff, I'm not on board with all that. Hell no. Keep it gangster. You're gonna keep it gangster. Godly. You call it what you want. I don't like how they express themselves and they be talking this way. Get over it. We don't like how they talk and express themselves because they double talk. Then they words they use are witchcraft. They don't speak straightforward. There's always some extra shit with it. You know, you know what I'm saying? There's always some extra shit with what they saying they're doing. And we recognize that we ain't going along with that shit. People ain't going along with that shit. I just don't want them fucking effects on my phone. I'm gonna ask y'all nothing about stop streaming. Feel like stop streaming yet. The shame of good news of the gospel of the kingdom. The sons of the Most High have awakened. I need to write a book based on learning who we are, whose we are, and knowing the time. How do you learn these things? Through biblical prophecy. All you gotta do is read it and look at the spirit that's on the nations, the governments, the laws they pass and what they're doing. God has spoke about these things. And some of these things are cycles that will continue to happen if you're walking in disobedience. You could be stuck, and don't think you just gonna jump from there. Most I'm gonna make sure you go back to that, because I feel like I should be moving on a certain level, but I see it's like, yeah, you empowered, but you gotta humble yourself. You know, it ain't no, oh, I did this, and yeah, it is, but you can't be all, I know better, you know. You gotta keep some things to yourself. You know, people, let your work speak for you. Everything ain't meant to be, you know, I believe. Because people be acting like, I don't know, people strange as hell. People be acting strange to me, family. I ain't with all that strange shit. I'm a real tight cat, you did. I keep it 100 with my people. I want for my people what I want for myself. Success, to be successful. To build our home. We ain't gotta be trying to build what the fuck they build. You missed the point. We're supposed to be building what the Most High established. Build a kingdom. That's spiritual. How we deal with one another. What we invest in. Like people whining about him removing historical information out of the school system. Okay, that's an opportunity for us to teach. Our method of teaching from the home front is going to go further because we do a whole lot more on the home front. So they're going to lose. And we can push that information across these information platforms all day, every day, sharing. What else we going to push? What else going to inspire our men and women to know the truth of themselves? It's necessary. It ain't nothing against nobody else. But that then becomes our responsibility. It ain't their responsibility. I have no problem with that. don't promote it. Don't do it. I ain't gonna argue them all day because they don't want to promote black greatness. That's my job. And we gotta stop looking because we'll hold each other according to how others think instead of moving in love, having that spirit. Don't be stupid, but having love, being love bombed into complacency, a sense of complacency where you ain't doing nothing and you trusting others. You like a lot of people come on here making videos, all that emotional shit. Get that out of here. You need to teach your people some real game. Put their ass up on the game. And I ain't talking about no game to be used on the knowledge. Let them understand that knowledge is power, not all that extra shit people be doing. No, you got power. And we need to move all action to Africa. Africa and the so-called African Americans need to connect. Africa got the foundation. We can come together to create the platform. That's even through the spirit. Us building the kingdom. I know a lot of people like, what they talking about building kingdom? How, okay, on the daily we get up, meet each other to go to work. We run our own business. Whatever you got going on, say I decide to start working for you. We get your business to a certain plateau, then we'll take my work on my business. And then we can promote others, go around promoting others. We done did that. A lot of people are like, y'all can look, we done did that, minus the world or what they got or needing anything they got. We can meet our own demands and produce for ourselves an unlimited amount of whatever we need through us. We know who to go get the things that we need from. You know how to search our sources. You know how to place orders. You know how to convert cash to whatever medium of trade of currency these nations using. So we're not stuck. Only thing about it is on the comeback, America gonna charge you. They taxing everything. And you're gonna pay a levy anyway. Get money. Get money, because business ain't gonna never stop. And then I say we do it because we got a different spirit. We don't have a spirit like everybody else. We don't move in that spirit trying to cheat people. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. And we don't use conditions or try to put people under conditions where we know they're not gonna prosper. They're gonna wind up in a fucking hole and you'll wind up losing everything. It never fails. That's the way it's designed. And I'm like, shit, well, we got to scrap that and build your own. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you should quit that and get a job. No, your ass go get a job. You good where you at. I'm gonna go create some jobs for us. Since you want a job, you make sure you have that energy when I create what I'm doing. You know, make sure you have that energy and come and want to work for me, to ensure that you have a job with me. Be dedicated to what we got going on, not me personally, but the business. I do business. People buy my product every day, and it's growing. There's much room for improvement. There's much room for more improvement. Yes, it can be scaled. Everything you learn that you're practicing right now can be scaled. You can scale it. What does that mean? You can grow the business Fuck all them projections. When we project, if you do this, it's going, well, I don't, that's cool, but I know what the people want because I'm dealing with the people on the daily. I know how to offer incentives because I see my money. I know what my money's capable of doing. If I try to operate outside of my money, yeah, use theirs, but hell no. The lender becomes a slave to the borrower. That's why most times you gotta do your own thing. Hell no. Try to take your money and put it back into your business. Say you fixing cars, like I fix cars. Okay, go and provide the parts. The money you making, take and provide the parts. Well, you always got your money working for you. You learn something every day. Buy the parts for them. Charge a little more for the parts and the labor. You build yourself up. Again, if you want to go do business with them clients, because they're going to be watching your money, so you don't have to pay taxes. You know that. That sees the money, you doing transactions to incur cash, to get cash, you gonna have to get that nigga some taxes. He coming. You might not tell, you ain't gotta tell nobody, they gonna tell him. And he coming. I'm about to get out of here, y'all be encouraged. We winning. The Most High sons are winning. And give a video of a like if you like what's coming out on this platform. I'm trying to reach more people with my platform, do something real, gather with like-minded people. And I know this is the internet, but a lot of good information can be shared, and a lot can be experienced towards the greater. Shalom.